Welcome to Daily Life Connection. Thank you for joining me again today as we continue to explore the heart of God, learning more and more about who He is. Today I want to talk to us about the God of present presence. The God of present presence. Right from the early beginning, God, His priority was to be present with His people. When He created Adam and Eve, every day it says He walked with them in the garden. He was present to them. His presence was current, present with them. He's not just a God whose presence shows up once in a while, but He is presently present with us. Now, that's not just a play on words. It's a reality for us that makes a huge difference in our lives. God talked to Moses when He led the people out of Egypt. And He said, and Moses said to him, unless your presence goes with us, what different are we than any other people? What He's really saying there, I think, is unless your presence is present with us, then there's nothing to distinguish us from any other group of people. And that's true for our current lives today. Unless His presence is present in me, then I'm no different than all I can be is who I can be. But if His presence is present in me, then who He is becomes part of who I am. And that presence makes such a huge difference in our lives. You know, I'm old enough and have lived long enough to know there have been times in church services when the presence of God was particularly present to us. And it was a moving and life-transforming event. And it was something you become very hungry for. You know, Moses, that was Moses' plea up there. Like, God said, I'm going to send an angel and take you on into the land and you'll be successful. And Moses said, none of that matters unless your presence is present with us. He is the God who desires that. It isn't something we have to work for. It isn't something we have to earn. It isn't something we have to beg for or learn the secrets to get His presence to be present. That's His passion. He loves being present to people. We see it in Jesus, of course, all through the New Testament, when He was constantly in the crowds, constantly at people's homes, constantly at parties. He was constantly becoming present to people. And that's the God who is with us today. He is still present in us and with us and around us, before us, behind us. He saturates our whole existence. And He does it with His presence. Now, the reality is you and I may find we're not very aware of that presence. We can go through our days and not stop and be aware of that spiritual presence of God that is present with us. And in some circumstances, we may find ourselves in an activity where we feel, I don't think God's present in this, but yes, He is. Whether it's something as simple as doing the dishes or writing an essay or whatever it may be, the presence of God is present, current, right now, with you and I. So as we take time to worship, meditate, have our quiet time with God, whatever you call it, and as we walk through our day, I'm going to pray that we become sensitive to the presence of the present God who is with us every moment, because that makes such a difference in how we live and who we are and how we experience Him. He's not just present on the high holy days or at some exalted liturgy or service. He is present in every moment. His presence, the glorious, blazingly alive presence of God, is present every moment that you and I exist this day. Something to think about. God bless you. We'll talk again tomorrow.